In this video, we are going to see how to check if an integer is a palindrome. Hello, I'm Jagan. I'm posting this video to share my knowledge in Python language with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I'll be happy. The question we are going to discuss is to check if the given integer is a palindrome or not. In the last two Python videos, we talked about how to find the longest palindromic substring. To finish that series, we are going to see if the given integer is a palindrome or not. Remember in one of the videos titled reverse 32-bit signed integer, this one. So what we did, we just get the input integer, convert that to string, and then reverse it, check if the input integer is positive or negative, and then we change the sign and we returned it. We do the same thing, but instead of returning the reversed integer, we just check if the input integer is same like the output reversed integer. If both are same, that is a palindrome, right? And then we did other two palindromic example, one with a substring, one with move around center, right? So we are combining all three and we are going to answer this question. Okay. So first we can do with converting input integer into string, reverse it and check if it's palindrome or not. Okay, let's start with the input src is 1 to 1. Okay, as I always say, start with the function grow with data input src. So when you're converting an integer which has 0 at the end, the 0 will go off if you reverse it. So there is no point to check if the last digit is 0. We don't have to check whether it's palindrome or not. It's not going to be matching because the 0 will go off when you reverse it, right? So we just say if the input src, how to get the last digit? We just did mod of 10, which is going to give you the remainder, right? So the last digit. So if input src is 10 equal to 0, then you can just say it's not going to be palindromic. If not, then what you do is input integer equal to absolute value of src. You know the reason why we did absolute value, right? So when you do the final return, we check if the input src is positive or negative. Based on that, we change the output integer's sign. So that's why we just create that separate variable and assign the absolute value. Okay, if you haven't checked the videos, I can give the video links in the description. You can check the previous videos. Okay, so we just convert that to absolute value and then output integer equal to. Before going there, we can just give a small walkthrough to the people who haven't checked the previous videos. If the input src is this, when you say string of input src is going to convert the str string of input src, it converts the integer to a string which has a quotes in it, and then to reverse it, we just say 0 to end -1. Read from the reverse side. Just did 1 2 3. If you say 3 4 5, you can see the difference. So 1 2 3 4 5 converts to 5 4 3 2 1. So once you get the reversed one, you just convert that to a integer, right? You remove the quotes. It's an integer. You want to see what type it is, we can just say type of this. It's the integer. Okay. So this type will be useful for other questions. We can just do some examples out of that. So you just say the output integer is this, and you make it negative if the input src is less than 0. Else we just return the actual value. Okay. Now we have the output integer. Now we say return, oh not this, output integer equal to not the input integer. Okay, it's the input src because input integer is the absolute value. So input src is equal to the reversed integer with the sign attached to it. 1 2 3, if you say 1 2 3 4 5, it's false. Minus 1 2 1 is throwing an error. Okay, we did something wrong, so we have to do the conversion of input integer, right? It's not the input src, it's the input integer. Input src will have the minus in it. When you convert that to string, it ends up with the minus at the end. Okay, so if you see this example, if you say minus and then you say the string of it, the minus comes to the end. If you convert that to an integer, it's going to throw an error. So that's what we did, right? So the minus comes to the end. So instead of input int, I use the input src, that's why it throws an error. Okay, so this is the conversion of integer to a string. Reverse it and then you check that one. If the interviewer say you should not convert to a string, you have to directly do integer, reverse the integer. Then we use the second option we discussed in our previous video. Okay, so let's go for that. You can delete this guy. So the same like before, we are going to copy all the steps till the absolute value and then output integer, is the data here? Okay, output data equal to 0. We are assuming this variable. We are going to use this to append the reverse digits. For I in the range length of the string of the integer, get the length so that you can loop in. So the output data equal to, so we get whatever we have, we increase one decimal place and then we add the last digit by doing the mod. Okay, we can do an example to see how it works. Okay, so input data, since we use the last digit, we don't have to use it again. So we just say the input data equal to, remove the last digit by doing the integer division, right? So divide by 10 will give the last digit as a remainder. So you can just remove that by dividing by 10. So it will just reduce the integers. Okay, so once you have everything embedded into the output data, we just say how to fix the sign. Why is off here? It is supposed to be here, right? Off for this. Python is indentation specific, right? So you have to be proper indented. Good. So once the for loop is done, you just say output data equal to output data into -1 if the input source is less than 0, else you just say it's the output data. Okay, now you return output data equal to input src. If it's true, then it returns true. If not, it returns false. Now we are going to call the function. Hope you haven't done any syntax error here. It's false because it starts with 0, so it comes here, it throws an error. 1 2 1, true. -1 2 1, it's true. So 1 2 3 4 5, it's false, right? So it works fine. So what we did here, we combined the 3 previous videos, like how you do the palindromic, how you reverse an integer, right? We combined all the 3 videos and we just applied that concept here. So if you know the basic concept of how to convert integer to a string, how to reverse it, how to use the mod function and get the last digit, how to eliminate the last digit and create a reverse format, if you know all the basics of the 3 videos, you can address a lot of questions related to string reverse, palindromic, and count the maximum length of strings, all that. So watch the video again and you familiarize yourself with the palindromic related questions. Okay. So I can put the last 3 video descriptions, so video links in the description part of it. You go through all the 3 palindromic examples, and then the reverse of the 32-bit integer videos. Okay. All 3 is going to help you with addressing any palindromic or most of the string related questions. Hope this is helpful. Thank you.